What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. Thanks to fellow Yugi tubers, most sponsorable by Konami channel over here, am I right? We have the full set reveal for Power of the Elements and many different takes through the communities. While I'm not a financial advisor channel, I don't have time-traveling info brokers that know the future of how things will turn out. The split decisions and how people are reacting are... People in Zodiac are going, sealed investors in shambles, look at the rarity spread. And I'm like, are we looking at the same set? You have other people trying to price out early how they see things going, putting $30 price tags on certain ultra rares. And I do agree that ultras can be more expensive. Their ratios are actually down from before. But I feel like a lot of people are missing the mark. So I'm going to say my early thoughts here before I actually go towards numbers in a later video. I do not love Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer being a Starlight. It should have originally been a Starlight. This is a waste of an import slot, and it is too late. This is bad for the set, in my opinion. USA is nice to see, the Charmer, Channeler, that kind of stuff continuing, but we need really strong Starlights for estimated value pulled, because Starlights, the vanity pieces, they need to not end up as junk. Neither of these are junk, but they're not great either. Then you have an Exo Sister that's very integral to the deck. You have Tier Limit, you have Sprite Secrets. I'm not hating it, and I think the fish stuff, which is spelled goatee, the fish stuff is also kind of interesting, but also kind of mid. We'll see how it turns out, and if it does surprise us past what it should be. There are 14 different ultras now, meaning that it is harder to pull an ultra than the pre-Eternity Code. This has been a thing for the while. Same with the secret rares, right? Where you're seeing only still 4 ultras per box, 2 secrets per box, yet they've upped the amount total within a set that can be. So ultras are harder to get, but with in-demand ultras that we've seen an initial grabbing towards and then cooling off in prices, there should be a good amount of this as the set gets ripped open through the regional season, and even the in-demand cards could kind of chill out maybe a little. We'll see how prices do end up. I do think that Sprite Blue will be insanely in demand, though, if the deck is performing similar to the OCG, even in just being tier 1 or 1.5 at least. The number one card that has people talking in the market reacting, though, is Moire of Avarice. Normal spell, banish a face-up fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control, so there goes a piece of advantage for this. Draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 Moire of Avarice per turn. It feels like people just don't remember, the bird draw card and how overhyped that was. People spending $20 on pre-sales. What were you doing? I told you hold off. And then, things went sideways. Oh, Fish only has 1 printing, and people might say, oh, Fish, when they see the price here being at $5+. I would get these out of your bulk and sell them. Honestly, I don't see this being some version of the next Vanity's Emptiness. When an effect monster activates, shuffle 1 of your banished Fish, Sea Serpent, or Aqua type monsters into the deck, negate the activation, and destroy the monster. So, the new draw card instantly turns this on. People went brain 1 + 1 = 2 went for this card. I don't see it being like that, but who knows, right? The player brain, it gets you there. I did not know, however, that Super Ancient Deep Sea King Coelacanth, or buried it somewhere deep in my mind, has a Starfoil being a prize card for Battle Pack tournaments. I blocked that out of my head. It has an ultimate rare that's very nice. The ultras are also going insanely fast. You can see it spot out. Then you have a common that is rising in price that is $3+. So maybe there's some money you didn't know you had if you're not interested in the deck. Or you might go, oh, Fish, and go scramble like other people are. And finally, this happened before, I think, these reveals overall. Atlantean Heavy Infantry got a buyout on its common, and the super is pressing up and very low on listings. Let me know if you know a specific reason for that, or do you think it's actually connected? People saw reveals early and they started talking and things went that way, or is it just like over time it's the harder to get Atlantean after Dragoons reprint and that sort of stuff? Let me know what you think in the comment sections down below. Now, I've been talked out of this a couple times, but Market Watch is the home of what I enjoy talking about, and there is a market for merch. So we're going to start with a sponsor, then some licensed stuff and unlicensed things, and we have Millennium Thread, code What'sGood10 for 10% off, so you can't brain dead code What'sGood5 in. It supports the channel directly, gets you 10% off, and the hoodies are especially great value at $60 in my opinion, even though it's a hot, sweating, melting summer. T-shirts are $45, which might raise your eyebrow, but these are embroidered hoodies, and I think his new Link Rebo one looks really good. DZeef suggested Frog the Jam, don't you dare name it Slime Toad, and Frog the Jam is here. I believe it will have one less star, though, to actually line up. When the finished product is there, this is just the glam. So, 2 new products over here, code What's Good 10 for 10% off and to support the channel directly, and I really love their Crush card, their embroidered patches, insane value, $9 with the code, and some of them are amazingly textured and come out really well. Be looking that up. Now, over on Hot Topic, they have a new Blue Eyes White Dragon tee. Usually I hate gray tie-dye, but this one just called to me, and this design is nothing new. It's been used on other products. I just really like how it's come out. With Hot Topic, they're always on sale. 30% is usually the good off hot cash time sale, so you might wait for it. But if you do wait, well, the Dark Magician t-shirt I was staring at as I was heading towards Nationals is already gone for all the bigger boy sides and is only medium or less right now, hoping for a restock. But yeah, some new Yu-Gi-Oh stuff over on Hot Topic, and they actually have the cheapest of the hangers. If you've been looking for these around stores, they've been sold out. They have these in stock, and I've gotten a couple to open on stream from here as well. Completely unsponsored again. I just think it's neat that these things are out here, and you can get to free shipping on their site after a certain amount of spending. And these hangers, honestly, everything but Derpy Slifer and the weird yelling red eyes is really awesome in this series. Hypeland has new shirts and collabs and stuff. We've got a Pegasus eye shirt, which I actually think really works since he has the different eye. And then also Merrick, along with some new variants. We have an Atem/Yami Yugi up here too. And then the trucker hats are super popular. The blue, teal, blue eyes one and the obelisk pink were sold out before, but have been put back in stock, so I don't know how many are in stock. And we see some of the other trucker hats have sold out. Slifer, spelled wrong, of course. But over here, some awesome updates to products from Hypeland. And they did put some other things on Zoomies. Used to, this Genzo was only on a hoodie. And once they sell out on Zoomies, I think they usually don't restock. This whole Yugi trio with Dark Sage, Simo's shaking in his boots, right? If you've been to my streams before. I think that this was only on a hoodie also, and then these two, the Yugi with Magnet Warriors, Joey with all of his monsters, were previously tie-dyes. And hey, there's PSD Yu-Gi-Oh! Underwear, which I actually do own. Some unlicensed statues, most sponsorable by Konami channel, at a whopping $500. I really like FNC, again, unsponsored. These statues are really freaking cool, but can come out different at the end. They're by independent studios and limited runs. There are only going to be, I believe, 200 total? No, 100 total of this statue ever made. And with that, not a lot. And then sometimes there can be a lot of demand after FNC has 16 of them left and can be a really good outlet for them. And I've got to say, this one looks amazing. It was an auto pre-order and I couldn't help it. Also at $480 before international shipping. That is not included. It's usually around the $120 to $180. This is the best incarnation of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon I've seen. Again, notable, this can differ from the final product. It looks like it'll be displayable pretty nicely without these ring-like things. If you don't like them, maybe it'll leave some holes though where you don't really like how it looks without it. We'll have to wait and see how the finished product comes out, but I really like this Blue Eyes Ultimate by Fire Phoenix Studios. All right, back to the cards, John. Back to the cards. I promise I'll get to what you guys want. Let me just scream about what I want, because there is a collectible, actually, anime statue community where those things go up, even unlicensed over time, / merch that disappears and people hunt down. We have the Starlight Rare Pendulum Trash Starlight going up in value. Very interesting. Super polypromized, or assumed target is $86 to $90 now, where it was selling for, you know, $58 to $60 recently, really going up in price. I did note to you guys that the OCG had really started to take this up as a waifu. Maybe some money moving that way. Let me know if you have a different opinion, though, if you have a plan for it. You're putting Super Poly in decks due to the new card that's in Power of the Elements. There's a new Super Poly target there that's pretty good. Let me know what you're doing with this card. Please don't put her in a jar. Alpha, the Master of B Starlight Rare, is spiking really hard today as people go in. Only a couple sales, actually, like 3, but then you see it's towards $200 with just those few sales, with some Spanish ones, a little bit cheap, but not a top-rated seller. Alpha is being used to outwin as well as force issues, as I understand it. That's the preparation mindset for the upcoming format. And I also note that Alpha, the secret rare, is slowly ticking up. 69 listings, nice. But there's a very affordable ultra rare, market price $250, with some probably available under that. No, actually it's quickly up towards $3. So people are grabbing the lower range alphas as well. And that sales rate is pretty big today. Interesting. I hadn't clicked that one yet. I was only looking at the secret and the Starlight. So the lower end moving up really kind of implies that the higher end and people are preparing to outwin are on this card. Morphtronic stuff being in a core set here. We have Repair Unit getting a couple of sales rates today and people going after that. You can see it was pretty dead up till then and people have really scrambled after it, and now it is looking like $1 to $2 common at this moment. And Gizmek Naganaki, which is pretty good for Morphtronics as well. Yawn of Majesty, very thirsty for value, but also slated for the Megatons. Keep that in mind. This card is headed back up in sales rates, although you can get it under $1 from certain sellers. You can see that it is starting to fly a little bit again today after being a little more chilled out in sales rates from the previous days. Now, Live Twins. People regretting not buying them. Sprite is here, whatever you want to call it. It is finally on the doorstep, and that caused people to knee-jerk reaction go for things. How many times have we seen this in Yu-Gi-Oh history, though? Oh, it's actually here, I better go and get it, instead of having been prepared before, or after it spikes, waiting till it chills out. Nope, you start freaking out now. People love playing this variant with Sprite, and you see that with Artemis Slay also, the rank 4 Evil Twin Trouble Sunny has been targeted, very low listings, up in price, but we have Kisi Kill at 40. My advice to you if you're in the market for this card is you're either going to get it now and enjoy the extra time you have to play with it, which time is also value, or you're waiting for it to slip into reprints or irrelevancy, and I don't necessarily know where the reprint slots are since we already saw Genesis Impact cards from Drytron in last year's Megatons. Your guess is as good as mine when these could get reprinted. Maybe Marvelous Maidens, maybe over there. Maybe. Mischief of the Gnomes is the hot tech getting bought out to floodgate Sprite players. Again, I've pointed out there are multiple level modulation kind of things that happen. This card reads, this turn reduce the levels of all monsters on each player's hand by 1, even after they are summoned or set. So it kind of stops Sprite from making its play. You also have Mischief of the Yokai, and then you have And the Band played on, which has been targeted. The Ultras are still up in price, and you have the commons available, but people preparing to turn long floodgate, yep, Sprite answers to everything. Just run the spell and trap removal. What happens when the spell and trap is actually, chainable and that sort of stuff, or preemptive even in that case? I feel like that argument is its own thing, though. Another video for another time. Thank you for watching today's Mark and Merchant Watch. I've been holding back the merch stuff, if you couldn't tell, and I'm going to be including it and peppering it in instead of letting it build up from now. What do you guys think of the full set spoiler from Power of the Elements? Is it banger or bust? I think it's a banger still, but the Starlights, we need to see all of them to see how things are going to turn out in value. But I do think it's got solid setup and a solid rarity spread that was more forgiving than a lot of people assumed it was going to be, with like, oh, they're going to put everything Sprite secret, or they're going to shove everything, competitive. No, they did a pretty good mix that gives both to the people that are buying and the people that are just hunting down the deck. I think this was pretty good overall, but we'll see how the prices turn out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it, and I love doing this. I seriously love getting to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! And doing these videos. I've had a lot of, time to set perspective. Car rides will do that. And the more I think about it, the crazier it is how tied into my life Yu-Gi-Oh! Has become. And it's awesome. And I even when I fall out of love with a format like the previous one, this shake-up, this upcoming thing, at least even getting to watch it if I don't enjoy playing it, it'll be a show that I enjoy enjoy, and there's different ways to take part besides continuously competitive, even if I'm a competitor at heart within the game. Even the greats like Billy take decent-sized breaks before jumping back in and winning another one. So I feel like this, though, I've been enjoying seeing how it is, but a lot of those lingering floodgate, combos playing floodgate, by the way. This isn't a combo versus floodgate argument. Everybody's floodgating. It's kind of more of a modern sign of the game and power creep, probably. Thanks for watching, everybody.